Alright guys, what's going on, and welcome back to the channel. Got some concepts to go through real quick. Got 3 of them today, so it's a pretty good day. Alright, first one, we'll just set these off to the side for right now. Just kind of go through them one by one. First off, we'll check out the tipper. Edgy Blade Works is a designer, Damascus blade, titanium with a tiger stripe finish. Alright, well, tiger stripe, sometimes I'm very dependent on the knife that it looks, how it looks. Some knives look better with it, I think, my opinion. Some knives look bad with it. I think it all goes with the accents and everything like that. I think I like the accents on this, the blue. I think it goes pretty well. Just for the overall appearance, right off the bat. So, what would you call that blade style? Huh. That's a different one. No jimping on it, but the blade's a little thicker. So, honestly, my thumb sits on it just fine. No jimping, but, you know, obviously it slides still, but it's thick, so it feels like I get a good flat purchase, I guess, on it. Handle's bigger, not bad. A good 4-finger handle, even bigger if you have bigger hands. They even have a nice little sharpening tool right there. That's not bad at all. Frame lock, reverse flick. Oops, kind of bumped it right there. Yeah, I gotta keep my fingers off. They want to like sit on the frame lock when I thumb flick. There we go though. I see it, yeah. So that's something I just gotta, there we go. That's something I just have to think about for a second. Like when I do it, just make sure I don't hit it, you know what I mean? The frame lock. Not bad. Not really a blade style I usually carry. I don't own a Damascus blade yet, actually. I did buy one though just recently. From not Kansept, but Tenable. So I'll be getting that in this week, so I'm pretty excited about that. Pocket clip, titanium, probably also, obviously. Not too bad. Definitely has enough of a room underneath it to get in your pocket and everything like that. Tipper, it says tipper right there. You got the little Edgy Blade Works, right? Is that what it was? Yeah, Edgy Blade Works design right there. Concept, serial number. Can't hardly see anything because of Damascus blade, but not bad. It's skeletonized on the inside. It's not too heavy either. It's probably heavier than I think, but not bad overall. I'll put that right there. We have the Crew Velella knives, Stonewash CPM S35EN, purple anodized titanium, and shred carbon fiber. Oh, okay, I remember this one. I haven't checked it out yet, but I remember seeing it like on TikTok and everybody everywhere else. That's not too bad. I like the purple and the purple handle and the shredded carbon fiber. I think it goes pretty well. I wish they would have done like a black wash blade. I think that would have went better with it, with the handle, especially since also you have like black hardware also. I think it would have gone better overall. Looked better. But they have all other variations of all these knives. Kansept always does. I mean, they always have several variations. They don't come out with just one and done. I think they have like 6 total of each of these that I've seen so far. So it's got a rear flipper tab and a top flipper. That's a little harder than I'd like. Like, you really kind of got to make sure my finger... See, that's one of my problems. I felt like my finger kept going on the handle, the frame lock. Okay. So it's not too bad. But also my finger, when I try it, my index finger hits the rear flipper tab. So I have to try to move that too. So it's two things I got to think about. Get frame lock, get my fingers off the frame lock, and get my finger away from the rear flipper tab. Because if I think about it, hold on. I'm trying to do that. It rubs it like when I'm not thinking about it. I guess I won't quite pinch myself, but close enough that I don't like that. You know what I mean? But it works. There ain't no... Okay, so that's one thing I really don't care for too much is the flipper tab up top. Top flipper. Again, that's just for my hands. Other people might be all right with longer fingers. I think at some of it, my fingers are a little stubby. So I think that's some of the problem with it. Everything's right here. S35EN, serial number, Kansept, Crew, and Vilela. Frame lock's a little tight though. I mean, like I dig my thumb in there to get that. I don't mind a like a tough frame lock necessarily, like a strong one, but they could have made this a little smoother. Maybe stuck it out a little bit or dug this out a little bit, milled this out a little bit so I can get my thumb there easier. But right now I'm sticking my thumb down in and pushing out at the same time. Yeah, so that's it doesn't work well together, I feel like. So yeah, I think one thing needs to give. I feel like either mill this out so I can get access to the frame lock, or maybe make the frame lock just a little lighter, the detent a little lighter on it. Maybe put some more. I don't know what they call it. The lines in there to make it bend a little more. That sounds so stupid when I say it. I can't remember. I remember Neves Knives was talking about it. I was watching the video and he was talking about it. I cannot remember it. But relief. Cut a couple more reliefs in there. Or maybe a little better relief. I don't know. Maybe a little thinner. I don't know. I don't know necessarily what you would do. But that frame lock is so freaking tight. See, that's a world of difference between these two. Now, I don't know if it's the relief. They look about the same size. But I don't think it's the relief. Maybe it is just me literally having problems accessing the actual frame lock with my thumb. So maybe that's why it's such a problem. So that's something I don't really care for. I like the blade style. Nice little sheep's foot. Handle's not bad. I like the way the handle looks, like the color, the purple and everything like that. The pocket clip and the handle look a little different. Different shade of purple, you know what I mean? That's alright though. But yeah, it's not skeletonized on the inside. Not like the other one. Excuse me. But not bad though overall. So this one is, I forgot to tell you, is the Orion JB Stout design, CPM S35BN with CNC milling. What's blue anodized titanium? I wonder why they add the milling. I don't know what this one is. I'm guessing that's what milling is. CNC milling. Oh, this is number 54. 54 of how many? I do not know. Okay, so that's what CNC milling means. That's kind of crazy, dude. Huh. I don't know if this is the first time they've ever done this, or if there's other knives that have had this on there. That's kind of different. It's kind of cool, though. I liked it. I just wonder how well it does for, like, cutting. Like, obviously, because when you cut, you don't go straight down or like that to go with the grooves. So I wonder if that causes problems. Because obviously, you go down this way. For me, like, obviously, for me, when I cut, I go like that. And that's going against that CNC milling, the milling. So I don't know how that would work. Especially like if you use it a long time, like does it like kind of, I don't know. I would love to see what a long-term knife like this used would look like after that, or how it would cut long-term. You can get some good sharpenings out of it though. It's a pretty decent little sharpening tool right there. Same with all three of these actually. They're not too bad. Not the worst, obviously, right? Frame lock's not bad. Try it again just to make sure. This frame lock's a little different. Now, I don't know if I can get it opened. Oh my goodness, thumb disc. I don't know. Almost the same size cut relief too. Maybe a tad smaller. But this one's not bad though. So we got a frame lock and a thumb disc. Thumb disc reverse flip isn't so bad. I don't mind the thumb disc because I do like that I have a good purchase right there on it. I wish it was a little more flush. Is my thing. But it's not bad. I've seen, I think, was the Talararis from Vosteed. I think that might have been flush. I'm not quite sure. It's been a long time since I handled that. Reverse flick isn't too bad, or thumb flick isn't too bad. I obviously just keep my finger off the frame lock. And I got a, there. Thumb discs, they always take me a minute to get used to because there's not a lot of thumb disc knives out there. I've seen more and more, which is kind of nice. They're not too bad. But yeah, they're kind of making a comeback, I guess, or like a good impression, I guess, coming out. Is that? Nope. I'll say what is that? I saw a little slot right there. I was like, is that kind of like a fuller? But then once I saw it sit down in there, I'm like, it's too low, but I'll try anyway. And I couldn't even touch it. But then I thought, well, maybe I could just push against it and it'll go. But no, bro. Yeah, not bad though. I like the action on it. Pretty smooth. It's not too bad. Pocket clip. Not bad, not bad. Not milled on the inside. Nice little backspacer right there. Nice milling on the handle too. Not bad. They got other variations of this too, I'm sure, like 6. Usually 6 is like 5 or 6 is a lucky number, like what they normally have. So this thing's kind of cool. I like this ramp too. It feels great, to be honest with you, in hand. That feels great. I do really like that. And it's smooth with that reverse flick. The rear flipper tab has plenty of jimping on there, so you can kind of get a good little go with it when you need it. Not bad. I don't know. Out of all three of these are all knives. I don't know if I'd actually really carry. This one definitely would be, though. I would say this one is, but the long-term effect of the cross slashing or the slashing right here for the milling, I'm really curious about. That's something kind of cool. I do like that. And I don't mind the thumb disc. I know some people like love them or hate them. I feel like that's all it ever is, one way or the other. But this with it isn't so bad. I actually kind of like that. But that's all I got right now, guys. If you have any questions, comments, let me know. And if you like the video, leave a thumbs up. All right, thanks.